What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I'm bringing you a very late review of Heroic Legend of Arslan Season 2, Episode 3. And again, I apologize that this review is so late. I'm just glad that I had the time to actually get it out there for you, because this episode was actually pretty good as it dealt with two sides of the royal coin with Arslan and Heroic. Picking up where we left off with Arslan, he actually does get banished by the king, and then on the other half of the episode, we get the backstory of Heroic, or aka Silver Mask, as you will leave this episode feeling a little bit differently about him if you didn't already, as we dive into his backstory and his origin and his motivations as he wants to take the throne as well. So back to Arslan's side of the war. Again, King Antragoras, aka King Jackass, has banished Arslan from the kingdom for trying to take over in his stead. He must retake all of the kingdoms or all of the property that they lost in the war, as well as he cannot return until he comes back with a full army of 500,000 people. To add to that, he says that Arslan also cannot take Daryun and Narcissus, and if anybody, you need Narcissus, because that dude can win this entire war by himself. Hell, he could be king because he's so smart. He always has the plays, and it's always him is the reason that they win. And with Daryun, he's always bringing it on the fight side. Those are two big important pieces of the puzzle. Now the rest of the crew that Arslan has built up from this past season that's with him now, they're from different parts of the nation or the world or whatnot, so they don't really have to listen to the king. They can align with whoever they want. But just to throw salt into the wound, Antragoras wanted to keep Daryun and Narcissus to his side as his counsel, and of course keep himself strong, because you got two very strong pieces there. But of course, you know, those guys, they have more alliance to Arslan and more love for Arslan than they do for the current king, as they choose to defy him. Of course not without a fight, as they make their way out of the castle, fighting along the way as everybody does reunite with Arslan to go ahead and help him get the kingdom, as we now have another piece back on the board in the king. And now we have Arslan and his crew back to doing what they want to do. Now he just needs about 490,000 more people to his side in order to rightfully get back to the kingdom. But you can see an uprising here, and I would have been okay if Arslan would have probably did without these guys for maybe an episode or two, but at the same time I understand, because we only have 8 episodes in this season and we're on episode 3. Although I don't believe he's going to get the kingdom and become king this quick. I'm hoping it's going to be another core or another season. If they would have took more time away from it, then it probably would have hurt the season as well. So in a way, it's good that everybody decided to rally behind him right away. At the same time, it would have been nice, as I've said many times, to see Arslan struggle a little bit. But hey, the band is back together, all is good as well, and now they have a goal going forward. And again, the other half of the episode deals with Heroic as we get his backstory. You know, he really was a good kid. You know, he was just a regular kid just going on about his day. He just happened to be royal and in line for, you know, kingsmanship, until King Jackass decides to kill his family and leave him burning, as we see that scene all over again of how he got the scar on his face. He's literally on fire, begging King Antragoras to help him, as this guy just turns his back and walks away. Also, he can keep his place as king or become king. And this kid was really just caught in a crossfire, and things just didn't get better for him, as he was, you know, taken. He survived. He was taken. He was sold off. We get to see a little bit of his backstory of him meeting this young blind princess by the name of Arena, and she's kind of his moral center. The things that he went through with her kind of keeps the good that really is inside him. It's just that evil cult of magicians that ultimately end up saving Heroic, not because they necessarily care about the kingdom, but because they want to clichely, quote, see the world burn, or see how much chaos will be caused if they bring him on to kingship and to rule over. Because with them behind him, he has the supernatural powers that kind of took everybody by surprise in this series. And you know, with the whole thing with him and the sword and everything like that, it goes a little bit weird into it, but you know, they could push him to the throne with their powers. But it's the type of thing where you see in this episode is not exactly what Silver Mask wants, but he just knows that these guys will help him get to his goal. Even with the arena, as you know, both of them spent time together, and she is the light that is still inside him that keeps him nice, or keeps him on the side of good, as he promises that one day when he become king, he's going to come back and make sure she is free as well. It was just good to see nice little moments like this, and it makes you root for Silver Mask in a bit, because you know King Antragarus is such a jackass, especially what he did with Arslan. You go back and see what he did to this kid, and to see him make that promise to Arena shows that he has good intentions. He's just with the wrong crowd, and he's okay with that until he gets what he wants. So we also get the origin of how he got the Silver Mask, as well, as he was about to be sold off, but these magicians show up, show him the way, and are gonna send him on his path to be the rightful king that he can be by blood. And we actually get to see him go in as he starts slaying people left and right along with these guys. And this is where he gets the mask and put it on and embark on his journey that we see from here. So it was a nice flashback to see with that as well. And it was nice to see the thing with Arena, so because it kind of gives him an end goal as well, have him for something to strive for, to know that he has somebody waiting for him too. But that was the episode in a nutshell. But it's a couple of things I want to point out, some things I would like to see rather, because given what the king has done to Arslan right now, given to what he's done to Silver Mask, he's completely responsible for what's going on with him. I would like to see him and Arslan, you know, team up and take this king down, and then maybe fight each other from there to see who's going to be king. But I think they both have the same goal, and they both want to take down this evil bastard that's sitting on his throne. And I think it would be good for them to come together. That whole sword thing, we'll just have to see where that goes too. But also what I wanted to point out is that, I don't know, is it me or does it seem like this season is a lot better than the second half of season 1? I don't know, it's because they know they don't have that much time, so they're putting everything that they can into these episodes, but they're very well paced. They're very good. I mean, the music is great. I love the opening. It's one of my top 5 openings of the season. The fighting, they always go in on this series. It's just even cleaner than it used to be. I mean, they got a good, strong team behind it, because I think some of the people that did Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood are actually behind this project. So it has the strength that it needs. It's just that some people, I don't know, it just seems like, maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems to me like a lot of people aren't giving this series a chance, and they really should, even if it's to go back and watch it all once it's all done. It's a really strong series. It's getting a lot of flack, you know, because of pacing issues and things like that. But for what it is, for it to be kind of like a military action type of series, I thoroughly enjoy it. And I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, as we now have all the pieces in place to have this 3 or 4 way, however many way war it is, to get the throne with the real king being back. It's kind of like we're at square one once again. But now we have Arslan and his crew trying to fight their way in to take the crown as well. So we'll just have to see where it goes. We only got 5 more episodes left of this season. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. And if you like the video, go ahead and drop it a like. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's not as short of content for you guys to enjoy on this channel. And also, as I always say, you can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.